Okay, so announcements for 2018. These are just things that I've learned throughout the year doing AlexCreates full time. Um, Things I've realized, things that weren't working out for me, things that were really working out for me, things I should have invested more time in. All of that. Some announcements for my shop, like how I'm going to be doing a couple things. You can see this nice hand-spun curtain rod ghetto thing happening. This I'll be displaying yarn at Vogue Knitting Live. And I have rainbow racks of hand-spun yarn. But yeah, let me get started with the announcements. The first one is I'm no longer doing commissions. That may not mean anything to you because you probably didn't know I was doing commissions, but this year I was like picking up any job I could get, and then I found myself like within the month, as I was doing school full time and doing AlexCreates full time and working for part of the year, it was overwhelming to juggle commissions with deadlines and then commissions, unpaid commissions and projects and yarn store orders and all the extra stuff. So I'm no longer doing commissions, one, because they aren't really fun. You have a lot of constraints. You're making something according to someone else's taste and size, and you may not like knitting 8 feet of stockinette because that's what the customer wants as a scarf. But I will be doing funner yarn installations and artwork, like wall hangings and yarn bombs and things like that as commission, just not garments and hats and stuff, because that just wasn't fun. Yes, but I will be doing, I will be making hats, but it'll be like my style of hat, so it'll be, of course I don't have one close to me, but just plain stockinette machine knit hats using, like I'll be marling them, just holding black or gray fingering weight yarn with a hand-dyed fingering weight, so the contrast. And the focus all goes, so there's high contrast, but the focus goes straight into the hand-dyed yarn. But it's a gray base, so it goes with my gray theme. So I will be doing things like that, and maybe machine knit like infinity scarves and cowls. That's another thing, because I want to play more on the machines because I really like them. I like how fast they are, but I also like how you can manipulate stitches and get a nice effect on the fabric. Anyways, I'm gonna learn to be more selective with trunk shows and markets. I've gone to some that have done really well and others that I barely break even. Barely break even. So I just have to, like, is it a good location, or do I have people that know me there? Because going to markets also, it's hard to sell a hand-dyed, hand-knitted hat and actually make profit off of it. I usually lower my price from what's on my website and people still find it too expensive. They don't see the value in the hats, right? So I realized that what I need to do is market hats, market all the things I want to sell online, find whatever niche, whatever social media account, app, whatever, that would most benefit from that product. So if it's a hat, maybe it'll be Instagram, or maybe it's actually YouTube or Tumblr or something. So people can, one, see the product, see the story, and better understand the hat before it being, like, when you're at markets, people just dismiss it as a hat, and then once they hear the price, like, it's just a hat, I'm not paying $40 for a hat. And then when I tell them it's actually $60 online, they're like, oh, I still don't get it. Yes. So being selective with that, understand, like, if I'm going to this trunk show, are my customers actually going to show up? Was I hearing buzz online? Did customers suggest me for that trunk show? Because that would determine how good the trunk show would be for me. Last year, I think last year around this same time, like December to the new year, I started doing Skillshare. I published only 2 classes, but that was something, it brings in some income every month, not a lot, but it's a nice resource, and it's nice to tell people, yeah, I do have classes. So I feel like I need to focus some energy into that, because then it's some slow passive income I keep getting every month. Of course, patterns, things like that's something I've been slowly working on this year, but I want to continue doing that. But the most exciting thing I think most of you guys would like is I'm going to do monthly schedule shop updates. For the past 3 years, 4 years, I've just been doing sporadic updates, like maybe 2 times a month. And it's usually they were just like spending. And then for dyeing, I just had things made to order, and that was it. But now I have in-stock products and I have pre-order products in my shop. So for the in-stock ones, I'll be updating those monthly. The day or time throughout the month I still haven't set in stone yet, but it's most likely going to be towards the end of the week and the end of the month. Yes. But I'll announce that better on Instagram, and it'll be in my email and all that stuff. For the next thing, I'm going to start to do yarn clubs. Ombre yarn clubs, I will ship things out by the 10th of the month. For the first 2 months, I think I'm only going to have 10 spots. Oh, you have to know what type of yarn I'm going to be doing in this yarn club. Of course, my ombre sock yarn. I'm trying to find one, but I don't want to get out. Everything is way too close to me. So the first one's going to be my ombre sock. So it will be an exclusive colorway to the yarn club. So it's not like I'm going to have a colorway that I already make. It's not like you're gonna be paying for a month for the club and getting like getting like whip or something, right? It might be dyed in a similar way, but it'll be different colors or knit up a little differently. So it'll be ombre sock, and then it'll be the worsted weight ombre cakes. I'm not sure if I'm gonna have them both be the same color. That would be cool. I'm not sure how people feel about that, but so it's gonna be the worsted weight cakes and then the ombre socks duo. As a club, the colorways will be new colorways, and if they're received well, I will then add them to my shop at the end of the next month. At the end of the next month, yes, as a regular colorway to my shop. But I think that would be it. Those are the things I'm switching around for AlexCreates. But right now, today's what, the 18th, I think? Yeah, today's December 18th. I'm done with school. I finished trunk shows. Now I'm just preparing for Vogue Knitting Live. I'm spinning a crap ton of yarn. I ordered yarn last night. It's probably getting here around Friday or something. So I'll be dyeing a bunch, and I'll have to put another order before the year is over to receive it right at the new year, and then dye more for Vogue Knitting. Dye and spin, but I wanted to get the yarn in a little earlier in the new year because school starts again. So that's going to be, even though it's a shorter semester and I only have 2 classes, it's still a lot, because those shorter semesters, like, they pack in a lot. Even though it's drawing and art history, but art history is so boring in the summer. Anyways, that's all I'm doing. I'm playing around with the display ideas. I actually have a Pinterest board with ideas. I'll link my Pinterest thing down below. But this is a rack, and I have these metal rings, loose leaf rings, and I have 2-inch loose leaf rings that I bought from Amazon. The brand is ACCO. Of course, that's upside down. And it's backwards. But I loop this around the skein, and then on the rod, and I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do 2 levels of that. probably be like the brighter one, and then the one would be the one below that would be like a darker shade, a darker rainbow gradient, or just like a bold green gradient or gray or whatever it's gonna be. So I have to play around with that. So I need to spin for my display, like spin for that, because not it's to spin enough of each color kind of. And I know I'm already seeing that I need a lot more red, because this is not even hand dyed. This is, I mean, it's not hand spun. This is commercial yarn. I just put it because it was like a good red to fill in that gap. Spinning a lot. I'm getting frost yarn bats in. They come in also this week. She shipped it on Saturday. I'm like super excited about that. I think it was 6 colorways, and she went all out. She made them like extra thick. She has extras and beads and amazing colorways. I love it. Ashley Love Makes, my friend from Colorado, she made some project bags for me, and she's also making stitch markers, polymer clay stitch markers. You guys love my avocado one, and she's making some avocado ones, pastelito ones, empanada ones. There might be one more. I'm pretty sure there might be one more, but I'm also gonna try and make some, but don't count on it because I have a lot of yarn to make. But I kind of want to play around with that again, because when I had an Etsy shop, I made little clay charms, bats, project bags, stitch markers. Oh, I'm getting a friend of mine to make my banner for me. He does graffiti, and he's a nice painter. He's gonna make my yarn logo right here, or right here. I'm not sure, because I'm not, when it flips over. Anyway, so it's gonna be like my yarn logo, you know, bunny ears, yarn ball, and then AlexCreates in a graffiti font, just centered over the booth. It's gonna be amazing. And I'm gonna be building my hand spun racks, which is it's pretty much gonna be 2 scarf racks, but just the broads, but for the scarves, for the skeins, are gonna be further apart, so you can see the skeins better. And I'm still trying to play around with how I'm gonna make it look like a bodega, because that's what I'm trying to get my booth to look like. But I'm excited for Vogue Knitting, because it'll be my first year completely alone. But nervous, because I'm scared I won't have enough yarn. I'm scared that something with the display goes off, or like my app to take payment stops working. I remember one year my phone was freezing. I'm not sure what it was. I'm not sure if the service was off, if I was getting, like, if it was just too much stuff going on with the phone, like Instagram and emails, because when I make a sale, you get an email, so it was just like a lot of stuff coming in and out of my phone, and just kind of like froze. So I want to get that fixed. I want to like make sure to, because I'm setting up the same day that we open. Just want to make sure my app works. Anyways, I'm going to be screen printing bags again this year. I did that in 2016. Yes, in 2016. I'll be screen printing bags again, which is gonna be fun. It's like we're gonna be screen printing them or stamping them. I'm not sure yet what's gonna happen with that, but we will have bags again. But that's pretty much it for my updates. It's been a crazy ride this year. I want to get back to spinning. I am working on my last commission, which is 3 sweaters. And then that's it. Then it's just work. But for VKL.